to each their own plans. As all the escaped convicts take off with the ship, Sagambo shudders that the whole planet died before they even knew it. Moro takes in a final bit of energy from New Namek as he appears to regain some of his youth. His beard and forehead creases both disappear. Relishing at his new power, he utters that planets inhabited by such unique species possess a spectacular energy. With this, his physical recovery is essentially complete. His underling notes that it kinda looked like those Galactic Patrol guys just vanished. They gotta be dead, right? But no, there are two among them capable of instant teleportation, including the Great Lord of Lords. They must have escaped again. And with their spaceship also getting away, the escapee inquires which group they should go after first. However, the wizard implores never mind them. Individuals with that much power are rare enough, so he chooses to let them roam the universe like livestock. Naturally, he will kill them should they interfere again. In the meantime, he asks Sagambo if he knows of any planets with remarkable life force. He wishes to build up his energy reserves. Which, of course, his right hand informs that before they got locked up by those galactic losers, his crew and himself rampaged throughout the whole galaxy. He's got some choice planets in mind, instructing him to lead the way. Everyone boards as the henchman has his guys do some scouting. He'll have them search every nook and cranny of the galaxy. And while I'm familiar with the phrase, apparently nook means corner, and cranny essentially means crevice. Galactic King comes rushing out of his bathroom begging to know if it's true. Has every last inmate of the Galactic Patrol prison escaped? But super naked. This is the most unbecoming look of a king. His lessers plead with him to put something on. Realizing this himself, one of them fetches his royal crown. Now decent, he wants to know why he wasn't told about these most recent events. Merus thought he did know if he's just being truthful. It's also told how they had some of their intel wires crossed here at HQ. Deviating a bit, Goku questions Jaco. Isn't he still naked? But is he blind? His royalness has got his kingly crown on. Let him guess. The Saiyan also thinks Jaco's been wearing pants this whole time. And if you're familiar with the Jaco manga, this is actually a perfectly true statement. Jaco wonders the universe Donald Duck in it. A bit of culture shock for our hero, which is ironic that given him himself was naked for about half of Dragon Ball. The king barks if they mean to say that Moro and the escaped convicts remain at large. Prompting another profuse apology from his biggest fan. Despite the presence of an elite such as himself, their mission ended in total failure. Ignoring him, the king continues that he thought Merus was going to sort out this mess. Alas, Moro grew more powerful than they had expected, so he's afraid they're gonna have to rework their strategy. When the Saiyan whispers to one of the patrolmen, he wants to know if Boo and a little green kid showed up here earlier. And actually, this cues the young man to shout over to him. He's so glad to see that he was able to teleport away. Goku's equally happy to see him. First things first, where's Boo? Sure enough, he's sleeping away. Eska explains how after they arrived, his face changed back and he fell asleep. His elder figures Boo fought hard out there. He must be worn out. That's when the boy realizes that Vegeta isn't with Goku. Boo tells he's probably fine. He bets he flew off to train somewhere. To train? This captures Merus' curiosity. He furthers that their normal tactics didn't work against Moro at all, and he's thinking that hit Vegeta pretty hard. He must have a new idea in the works. Fact is, they can't sit on their hands either. Does anyone have a plan? One that doesn't involve Boo. With his rival, he mentions how Moro doesn't seem to be pursuing them. He's flown off in another direction. He can't even sense his ki anymore either. It's as if he flew away at top speed. Activating the autopilot and standing, Irico informs that Sagambo's ship is the fastest he's ever known, so he can't track it by radar. But Sagambo, who does he mean? And that was the guy who was at Moro's side. He's the leader of a gang of bandits that once rampaged around the galaxy. Remembering, he's the one who dealt a blow to Kakarot. And that's the one. His strength made him tough to capture. Now he's free again. Vegeta scoffs, that fool is no worthy opponent. Without Moro aiding him, even his child could defeat him. Causing Irico to respond, "Oh, you're a father?" A response that Vegeta appears to almost take offense to. The pilot quells that he meant no ill will, it's just unexpected is all. He tells him to never mind that, how much further to Yardrat, and after plugging in the numbers. Speaking in terms of planet Earth, about 1 week. A timeline that doesn't seem to deter the prince. He saunters off informing that he'll be resting in the meantime, as the patrolman tries to get his attention. What exactly is his plan when they get to Yardrat? Getting in our vocab of the week, the denizens, or inhabitants, of that planet aren't suited to physical combat, but they employ a number of strange techniques. It's the same tribe that taught Kakarot assisted teleportation, which makes sense to his opposite. He's hoping the Yardratians know a trick or two that could help him hold his own against Moro. Precisely the idea. No, it's not a strategy he relishes. Sitting on a bunk. He knows that he can't afford to be made a fool of like that again. He will achieve victory next time, over Moro, over those convicts, and over Kakarot. A few days pass in the galaxy. On a new alien world, Sagambo instructs his men to introduce themselves. It looks like they've invaded Planet Zune, homeworld of Babadi's minion named Pui. Ironically, he could be the identical twin of the focal character we see here. Unfortunately, they already look like they're no match for the convicts. They take a battle stance as one shouts that whatever happens, they've got to protect the royal treasure. Getting their hands on this so-called royal treasure. Shimareka shouts that they've hit the jackpot. This has got to be worth a ton. Sagambo congratulates them on their good work. Sayogi comments that this should be everything worth anything on this planet. If that's the case, it looks like it's time to pull out. Walking away, leaving nothing but devastation behind. No, wait! One of the Zunians tries to get the drop on him. To not only get obliterated himself by 7-3, if the screams are of any indication, this also got many of his surviving comrades killed. Sagambo commands them to cut it out. The more bodies they rack up themselves, the less energy there is for Lord Moro to snack on. Silver lining. Dying this way at least won't aid this newest supervillain. Their leader tells them all to go as they get back on the ship. Kneeling in front of Moro, Sagambo offers his apologies for the wait. They got all of the treasure from this planet. Happy with a job well done, the ghost smiles at its mealtime. Witnessing the world below crackle and crumble into nothing, Sayogi mutters to Yumba that no matter how many planets he watches die, it still sends a chill down his spine. This must mean that since last seeing him, Moro has taken many more worlds other than New Namek and Zune. Gulping it down, the tyrant smirks. Not a bad planet. His minions thank him. Shimareka replies, "We snag the loot and you get a chow down on the planet. We make a perfect team, huh?" Unlike many villains before him, Moro actually agrees, adding that they will surely need resources of value once his ideals are finished. However, we have to remember that he treated Cranberry the exact same way before killing him without a second thought, simply because it suited his own desires. It's still very likely that Moro will just absorb these guys once he has no use for them too. The little green gremlin snarls that snagging valuables is their specialty, so he doesn't need to worry. When Sagambo gets a ring. Picking up, it's an incoming call from some of their scouts. On the other end is Kikaza, Misa, and Iwaza, from left to right. Misa alerts the criminal leader that they found a planet with some nice energy. At least she thinks. It's crawling with energetic beasties. Blasting down a predator-faced source, Sagamo informs that they're heading the trio's way, who reply they'll be waiting in tow. She hollers out to the others that the whole squad's coming to them, so it's their job to strip this planet of its treasures before they show up. With Moro's minions pillaging every planet they encounter and Moro himself absorbing said planets afterwards. Just what are our heroes planning to put an end to this terror?